Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fantastics podcast. Thank you very much for liking, watching, subscribing. We appreciate all the views, all the comments. We hope you had fun on our show. We are back again this week. I'm here with Bubu El Kun. We are taking you for another roller coaster ride. If you're a Man U fan, be happy. Don't worry, God is on your side. If you're a Chelsea fan, Bubu is here for you. He's waiting. If he banters you, he's also an Arsenal fan, so give it to him back. Fire for fire. So we appreciate you. We hope you continue to like, you continue to share our content, you continue to engage us on social media at the Fantastics podcast. All right, Sabubu.
Why did you start with Man U? I want to know.
Well, there's going to be a lot of violence. Violence is going to reign.
Because our last episode, a friend of mine, I'm calling you out, Etiosa Osunde. He called me around 1:30 a.m. I missed his call.
AM.
Yeah. Then I called him later in the day. I said, I hope all is well. He said, I watched that on a podcast. You and that guy just sit down and talk about this is that. Don't you know your history? And I say, but you not doing well now. You can't change them for me.
He go call you around 2 a.m. this time.
But at the end of the day, what happened on Sunday?
He will tell us in the comment section.
Diaz?
No, he will tell us. He will explain. Don't give him a chance to explain.
Salah?
No, it's not about Diaz and Salah. Let him explain. Maybe from the history, he can extrapolate what happened. So thank you all for your engagement. We are going to dive in quickly to the transfers that happened in the window after our show. The transfer deadline moves, a lot of moves happened. Some people snapped up, some people ripped, some people gave away, some people did give away, some people swapped clubs and the like. So Sabubu, let's look at some of the moves. What do you think? Well, let's start with the Premier League. So Sancho to Chelsea.
Good move.
It was a loan move with obligation to buy for 25 million. That's the player Man U signed for over 75 million from Dortmund about 2 years ago. Is that good business on their part?
Well, by the time Chelsea signs in next season, it'll be 10 years contract.
I beg, let's not go with the 10 years. Okay, how about Sterling to Arsenal? Well, that was a loan, and Arsenal are footing Chelsea are footing most of his wages. Do you think he's going to get a lot of opportunities to play?
I went for him because of first of all their personal relationship.
Okay.
From his days as assistant to Pep.
Yeah.
At Man City. Sterling has Premiership experience. He has won the Premiership four times with City. So he comes to the Arsenal squad and brings in something different that other players probably have, but they're not
at that level.
Yes, because he can be like a backup to Saka. He can play the same
wing as Martinelli, allowing Trossard to move in through the middle.
Yes, and he can even play at the back of the striker.
Yeah.
One thing about
he can even play as a false nine.
Yeah, one thing about Sterling is he takes players with him and creates space for the other players to perform.
So that's a nice one. Arsenal also offloaded Nketiah and Ramsdale to Southampton, I think clearing out the squad a little bit, and they acquired Neto from Bournemouth.
For Nketiah, as we said earlier in the last show, pure profit for them.
Pure profit.
He's an academic player. For Ramsdale, he just needed to go because the way Arsenal plays, I don't see him playing in that squad. Maybe in cup games and all.
Yeah.
And Arteta has never really taken cup games seriously. His focus has been on the Premiership. But this season, he has a very big squad. So I think he's trying to get one trophy, whatever the name it is.
So the reign is not entirely barren enough since that FA Cup.
Neto came in from Bournemouth, right? As a backup to for us now, well, let's see how it goes.
Okay, so I think for Chelsea, the rondo of goalkeepers, Bournemouth sent Neto to Arsenal on loan and took Kepa from Chelsea on loan. Chelsea also sent out Chalobah. Trevor. He went to Crystal Palace on loan. Chelsea also sent out Petrovic to Strasbourg. Armando Broja also went to Everton.
But he's still injured, right?
Yes, he's still injured.
Okay.
I think that was the sticking point with his Ipswich move, because Ipswich wanted to sign him outright, but the medicals was a problem.
The Ipswich move was he goes to Ipswich on loan for the season. Then if
with
Ipswich
an obligation to buy, with some clauses,
they would sign
him permanently.
So, but the injury didn't help matters. Yeah. And Everton were desperate for players.
Everton have 4 strikers already, if I'm not mistaken. They have Beto, they have Calvert-Lewin, they have another guy, and then, anyways, the manager knows what he wants.
The problem of Everton is they are conceding too much goals.
Too many goals. That's another thing. So, I think Ugarte to Manchester United, after what we saw against Liverpool, you think is a badly needed move to add steel to that midfield?
You know, Pep started his mind games yesterday. He said pre-season has ended. Now the league starts after international break. So after international break, everyone that has been bought, everyone that has been loaned, will now see how they go about it. Because after the international break, we'll now go to every game every 3 days.
Yeah.
So the squad will now start.
Will have to be utilized properly, and everybody will get a chance to show themselves. Okay, across Europe, let's see. Napoli got in. Napoli finally got their man, or Conte finally got his man at Napoli, because he always gets that man anywhere at any club he goes.
Lukaku's type of football suits the Italian league, trust me.
Yeah.
When he was much younger, it suited the Premiership. But tactically, he can really play better
in Italy.
So it's a good move for
both of them.
For Napoli, for Lukaku, for Chelsea.
Oh yeah,
because he's a player that didn't want to play for Chelsea.
Yeah, and he was the highest earner at Chelsea, so it's good riddance for Chelsea, because they get his wages off the book.
The cumulative of all his transfer fees. He's the
most expensive player ever, and he has not been appreciated at any of the clubs he plays with, because he burns his bridges. So, for Chelsea, good riddance. Conte gets his man. No excuses for him also, because he has been making a lot of complaints about the transfer market. Napoli also got in Billy Gilmour from Brighton and Scott McTominay from Manchester United. So another pure profit for United also. Yes. So they are getting their squad in shape. I don't think Ten Hag has an excuse for what happened, but we will get there, right?
Then, the Osimhen saga finally was late yesterday.
So Osimhen. Well, he landed in Turkey, and we see the fallout.
Yeah.
So that was a good one. I was saying we'll get to that on Eagles Watch. So we'll just bench the Osimhen saga for now. So generally, looking at the squads across across the Premier League and across Europe, generally, would you say Madrid, Man United, Arsenal, Man City, like they got the best deals, like they really got what they needed? I don't want to call Chelsea, because Chelsea just increased their headache for me. They got in some quality players, but the management of the squad was not ideal, and that can leave a lot of bad blood. But do you think these other clubs
Madrid got their man after 2 or 3 years of pursuit? That's Mbappe. And they have a coach that can manage the ego in that team. Yeah. So I don't see any issue. If it were to be another coach of Madrid, I would have told you issues will brew as the season goes.
Yeah.
You saw the harmony in the squad.
Yeah.
The match against Betis on Sunday night. Yeah. There was a penalty,
and Vinicius surrendered.
Left it for
Mbappe.
him. I saw they were trying. Everybody's trying to
build relationships,
build relations, and put
the team ahead.
And put their ego aside.
Yeah.
Madrid, fantastic squad. Even if their goalkeeper gets injured, they have a fantastic reserve.
Backup, yeah.
So Madrid got it well. For Barcelona, they have a coach that wants to prove a point.
Yeah, after his...
they're going to be the most dangerous squad in
Spain, the most dangerous squad for Europe. Me. Why? Tactically.
Because that guy is good.
He's good, very.
It didn't work for him as a German national team, maybe because of the players he had at his disposal. You saw what he did at Bayern Munich when he was the coach. And for Barcelona, it's giving them that freedom to play and kill.
Yeah.
Because that match, the last match they were winning 7-0, he was still pushing them.
Even after 6-7 goals, they were still pressing
after
like
the match. He called Yamin Laman and he was still
giving him instructions.
And I said, match don't finish now. Wait till again.
And your boys did well. I think Lamar put on an assist or two. Rafinha scored 3 goals.
Even Pedro was like, I don't know, Pedro coming in has given them many options. Even if he doesn't start, he's dangerous. Lewandowski's back to his animal instinct because he has the man that actually pushed him to that level that he won FIFA World Player of the Year. So for Barcelona, I think them to likely win the Premier Liga.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm saying so, but I feel
it's possible. They're already sitting on top. So
Atletico is another team on one side.
Yeah, Atletico too. Good moves.
They went to San Sebastian and see what they did there. Tactical game. They nipped him on and the game ended.
So good moves for Atletico. Yeah. So how about Man City? You think getting back Gundogan and Savinho through the door, good moves?
We all know how Savinho came in.
Yeah, from his sister club.
Girona. Man City is still the team to beat.
Okay. So how about Liverpool? They got in Chiesa through the door, diving it.
Well, Chiesa will need to prove his worth in the Premiership. Premiership is fast. Remember that it's very physical. At least they are very tactical, so we don't know how he would blend.
Okay.
Calafiori for us now is a madman, so you will see he has started showing his madness. It's easier for defenders to.
Because the game, they see the game before it arrives to them.
Attackers, most times, some back the defense, some face, so it depends on how you play.
Yeah.
But you see those 3 teams, Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, they're going to be something else this season.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, if you heard Sabubu didn't call some clubs. If your name was not mentioned for this roll call of people that will be dangerous, don't worry. You will be dangerous, but to yourself. All right, no problems. We'll just take a short break. When we come back, we'll be diving into the talking points from the matches that were played across the weekend. And if you're a Manchester United fan, I advise you just take a chill pill because it's going to get hot for you. And also, well, you can also draw the arrow and give it back to Chelsea and Arsenal fans. At least those ones you can talk to. Man City, usual. But when we come back, we'll get into those matters. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back to the podcast. We're going continental Europe. Let's start from LaLiga.
Okay.
The games that were played over the weekend, Barcelona went haywire.
Ballistic.
What do you think of that thing? 7-0.
I didn't see it coming though, but it's a flick team.
Okay.
One of the predominant tactical features of a flick team is they press hard, their energy levels are high, and they keep it up across 90 minutes. So with, La Liga is a very slow-paced league. They like to play the ball around.
And play majority of matches at night. Yeah. So the energy level is not as much as...
the temperatures are friendly. So although that their match wasn't at night, they bounce the ball around.
But the weather was not as crazy as when you're playing.
Spain is hotter than, across the channel right now.
Yeah, I know, but England. If England during summer, the sun can be very funny.
Yeah. Anyways, I see him surprising a lot of people. The dominance of Madrid, European champions, and strolling at home. I think Flick is building something special at Barcelona, and it will be amazing to see when he can actually get in players that he wants to complement his team. With their financial challenges now, they can't really maneuver.
It's more like he's looking at the La Masia players now.
Yeah.
This guy is back to the guy that played in Brighton last season.
Ansu Fati?
Fati, he has started his recovery from injury. So he's one addition to the squad.
Well, let's see if he gets game time because Barca kind of stopped for wide forwards and I don't know Flick's plan. But that was a beautiful game.
But the good thing about the guy, he can play across the midfield anywhere.
And the forward line.
So that's the good thing. He's a multi-purpose player for every position, apart from goalkeeping.
So, apart from goalkeeping. So that was a nice one. And
what about Real Madrid versus Real Betis?
Madrid. Well, Mbappe finally came alive. He scored his first La Liga goal, or should I say goals. You could see some kind of squad harmony with the whole Vinicius surrendering the penalty, even though he had not scored. So they are finally kicking into gear, gelling together. It will get better for them with every week. But I'll still say it, that positional awareness, Mbappe, Vinicius occupying the same half space of the left flank, they'll still have to keep working on it in training.
Because Mbappe I noticed that from the matches I've watched since he got to Real Madrid, that burst he normally have from midfield towards the box 18, he doesn't have that space anymore, and time to do it. Because if he's doing it, he's either gets into Rodrigo's way or Vinicius Jr.
Yeah. So from the game, because I watched it, there were some signs of them figuring it out, and it's just a matter of time.
But there's a player in Madrid that is getting better game by game. People are
Fede Valverde.
Yes.
Yeah.
The way Toni Kroos.
That's why we are fantastic. We notice those things. Valverde has been Madrid's best player so far.
He took his JC and is wearing his boots now.
Yeah. So the spirit of the ancestor rested upon him. So that was a nice one. I think Atletico also got their win.
They won
barely
at San Sebastian, a very difficult place to play and win. Fantastic stadium.
Yeah, it's fantastic atmosphere, and they are also a good team.
Sorry, I'm taking you back. Do you realize that ever since when Barcelona wanted to buy Lamine Yamal, Nico Williams from Bilbao, and they didn't get him, Rafinha's game just went
up another level. No, I think it's the coach. To be honest, you have some coaches that just take you. Barca wanted to offload that guy.
Yes.
Yeah, Barca wanted to offload him, but due to one or two moves not happening, the transfer fee they were asking for, and he didn't want to go to Saudi.
And clubs in Europe were not really wanting to get him because they felt if you can't perform here after all your hype at Leeds United, so there was no.
So it's actually I think we can lay it down as a plus for the coach. He's doing a good coaching job.
What about Sevilla?
We have two of our egos at Sevilla.
They lost to Girona at home last week.
Girona is not a small team.
Yeah, they're not a small team, but the investment Sevilla has made and the kind of squad they have, they should have put up a fight in that match.
Well, going down to 0 doesn't mean you didn't put up a fight.
We watched the match, but so you can see the way they were playing. Girona just stamped their game on them and said,
What I can say is, when you get in a lot of players through the door, you can't expect to be at the same level of team connection or connectivity, that wavelength as a team that stays together. Michel's team has played together for a season or two. He has been complementing, the squad bit by bit. They got in Arnaud Danjuma from Villarreal to replace Savinho, who left to City. So, he's building his team. They have some consistency. And that's what consistency is about. Just a stray bullet to my club, so that people will not think that it's because I don't like them. Chelsea, that's what they might struggle for. So it's about that. So they got in some players and they are still trying to gel. It's a good squad. Ejuke started from the off. Kelechi was an unused sub, but generally you just know they are not playing at their potential yet. Same thing with AC Milan, new coach and stuff. So that's that for them.
Then let us go to Italy, the Serie A.
Okay.
Inter won again.
Yeah, Inter demolished Atalanta. Our boy Lookman, we were hoping he's going to, make a few statements as the season comes around for, the whole.
Do you think Atalanta's problem is hangover from last season?
Well, you could say so.
Because
but then
they really started
poorly. Yes,
terrible.
They have
in the Europa and UEFA Super Cup. In some instance in the match, they were playing well.
They were very good.
They didn't really take their chances. And Madrid is a team that watches you. They're like Madrid is like a championship boxer he'll be watching
that evaluates your weaknesses.
Then by the time they hit you one punch, you are gone. Because Madrid needs to hit you one goal and put you into confusion. And by the time you're trying to get yourself together, they hit you again. That's what they did to Atlanta in the Super Cup. And that's what every team is doing to them right now.
It's really baffling though, because you expect them to move up a notch from where they were last season. But that's one of the things that I've observed about Atalanta. They blew hot and cold. Gasperini's teams, this season they are really up and then they are down.
Should we just say Gasperini's team starts slowly?
Not really about start slowly. In some seasons, in some 2 years period, they are up. But the season is still young. Let's just say that. So, like you said, they might be starting slowly and they pick up.
That means the international break came very well for them.
For them, so they can reboot.
AC Milan.
Another draw. And honestly, AC Milan, they need to have a retreat this international break and see what they are not doing right and where they can fix up.
Napoli barely won against Parma.
Conte can tell management that you see why I said you should get me these guys. So Lukaku sparked a comeback, I think from the 92nd minute, and he equalized, and then they got a winner over the line, barely scrapped that win. So, Conte finally has his men. So let's see what he does from there.
He has that mix of Italian, English, and
generally even Scottish now.
Yeah.
McTominay and Gilmour are there. So it's an interesting squad.
The shocking result of the weekend was Juventus versus Roma. Everybody thought Juventus
was going to coast. I told you that Roma is not really a team that you might just gloss over. But Juve are playing some good football.
They have a new coach in Thiago
Motta. They are playing some good football, so hopefully they'll be able to, consolidate. They are still in the mix. The table for the Serie A table
is the team really on Inter's neck for now.
No, there are 4 teams on 7 points, if I'm not mistaken. So Torino is in the mix. Udinese with our boy Maduka Okoye.
When I say they are the only team on Inter's neck.
Okay, you mean that can challenge?
Both of us know
I don't think so. I think the league will let it take shape, but I think there are going to be a few surprises, and that's one thing with Italy for you.
I
think you can't discount Conte.
The few surprises we had was when Napoli won it 2 seasons ago.
No,
their defense of the Scudetto was terrible.
That was terrible. Yes, you can't discount Conte. For me, I think we should. He has about
coach.
6 points or so.
He has 6 points from 2 matches.
So let's see how it goes.
And he's still going to go to difficult grounds. He's still going to go to San Siro twice.
3 games. So
he's still going to go to Olimpico twice.
Yeah.
He's still going to go to all those Genoa, all those funny looking grounds that look like English Premiership. Those Genoa.
That can frustrate you.
Yeah.
But he's familiar with the league.
Yeah, he's familiar
with the league.
Look at a team like Hellas Verona. I tell people they are terrible away. But if you come to their stadium, they'll punch you out. They do it to big teams. I don't know how they do it.
They have also, like I said, the league is a marathon. It's not a sprint, and it's early, so you can't really draw conclusions yet. But you can see the outline. The early pace setters are there. But just like Girona last season, they were topping La Liga and they fell off after some time.
Remember that?
Yeah, but they still fell off. So the season, you just have to see it week by week, and then with time, the real deal separates from the you understand. So we see how that goes. But for now, there's no excuses. Everybody, the window is closed. You've gotten your players. All right.
What about the French League, the Championnat? We saw Messi Greenwood doing this thing. Would Man U start thinking and they'll say, what did we do? But another thing about English football is the press are not forgiving.
And the fans also, remember.
Yeah, no, see, I've noticed one thing about the English Premiership, which both of us have spoken off air.
Yeah.
The press know how to instigate the fans.
Yes, they know how.
It's just one press statement or one little gossip and you are gone.
Yeah.
The irony about Messi Greenwood's issue, the rape issue and all was, at the end of the day, it was even his own girlfriend.
He's still the same partner.
He's a partner.
that he still has,
And after the whole court case, he has settled with this same lady.
Yeah. And they are together. And they had a kid. So it's funny.
And you allow that, one United former legend made a statement, said that is the only striker United have that they've seen After the days of Van Nistelrooy, he's a poacher.
He's a poacher. He gets
and he has a mix of Van Nistelrooy and Thierry Henry.
Yeah, a little flair. And the goal in 6. So I think United bowed to external pressure, and you have to admire the way De Zerbi handled Greenwood's transfer. The mayor of Marseille, he was trying to influence the club, saying, "Don't bring this guy. He's but everybody deserves a second chance."
Yeah.
He might have made mistakes, but he deserves a second chance. Like we all do deserve a second chance. We have all made mistakes.
I wished Arsenal made a bid for him, but they will not.
It's just about it's too sensitive. It was too sensitive. A lot of clubs in England wished.
I guess
no, theirs was the whole financial situation. But a lot of clubs would have wanted him. It's just that it was dicey. The women team at Manchester United said no to reintegration. A lot of other teams,
look at him now. He's doing wonders in Marseille. They won over the weekend.
Yeah, he got a brace.
PSG still won again.
He got a brace. PSG, they took care of business.
Played at home. They played a 1-1.
Yeah,
a draw. Everybody, it was surprising again.
Yeah. So
Lyon, did they win?
Lyon won. Our Nigerian boy Gift Orban, he scored 2 goals. Okay. I think they got was it a 4-1 or 4-2 victory? Gift Orban with 2 goals for Lyon. Also Moses Simon was on target for Nantes, and I think that was against Montpellier. That's also our Nigerian boy Akko Adams was also on target for them. So generally, that was it for the French league. Okay.
Do we have players in Portugal again? The guy that they bought from Atletico, has he been playing? For
Porto, I didn't keep an eye out for Morodion, but Morodion, I don't know if we can classify him as a Nigerian boy. He's Nigerian born. It's not like he was born to Nigerian parents. So
in Spain,
yes.
So he's an Espanol boy.
It's a Spaniard. So
no, we call them EU citizens.
Oh yes. So that's that for him, and then we go across to Germany, where Thomas Müller broke the appearance record for, I think that was 701 now.
710 or something.
No, it wasn't. Is it up to 10? No, but he broke the appearance record for Bayern Munich, and he was also on target in a 2-0 win. So
it was an away match, right?
Was it away to Freiburg? I think they were at home.
They were home.
Yeah, they were at home, Freiburg. So it was a good way to mark his the milestone, and company's reign is moving on smoothly. You think?
Then we talked about Bayern Leverkusen last week.
Yeah,
and those crazy guys from Leipzig just came in.
So I think it was about time. That was 45 games
unbeaten.
No, 35 games in the league unbeaten, and then 456 days about. So it was about time. You can't always continue forever. So you just know that they have done their best. And then, they lost, but life goes on. So let's dive into the Premiership. Woo! We had blockbuster games over the weekend. Yeah, we did. The early kickoff was Arsenal versus Brighton. Yeah. Arsenal started well. Fantastic. Was that a red card? The second yellow card? Was it a red card? I think it's subjective. Because even former Mike Riley said it was not a red card. They now pointed to the same player that kicked the ball in the center circle. Yeah. Nobody gave him a card for that. But I think Rice played into Brighton, and after that, Arsenal collapsed for like 7 minutes, but they held on. They would have won the match, but I don't know what really happened. So, like I told you, Brighton are looking really exciting under the new manager, but you have to be smart. Rice is one of the leading players at Arsenal. You have to understand the dynamics of the game and not cost your team at points like that. And he's very experienced. Well, he has played like 5-6 seasons in the Premiership. So he shouldn't have done that, I think. But like I said, it's left for you, the fans, to tell us if and what you think about that red card. What about Manchester United versus Liverpool? Manchester United.
What really happened in that match?
Look, it's
Liverpool were so smooth.
It was a lecture.
It was as if they were playing against men versus boys.
It was a lecture.
Casemiro was hooked out by the first half. Maguire, of all people that was forgotten, was brought in the second half. That match would have ended 8-0.
Easily. It's funny. So this is what I have to say. Ten Hag has still not fixed his tactical problems. He has gotten in players, personnel problems. He has done a good job. United have done a good job in that department. But tactically, I think they have not been able to fix the disconnect between their attack and the midfield. Now, they are pressing high. The likes of Garnacho, Ziggy, Rashford, they are pressing. The midfield follows. And then just Casemiro and the defense. There's a massive gap, and Liverpool exploited it to high heavens.
Liverpool have runners. They can run for 3 days and they will just keep running. Diaz came back another animal this season.
Yeah, this season he has been
Salah
on top
is just
form.
there, cool. The Arabian
Salah
prince.
is doing his thing, which
Just-
is normal. It's like normal for him
He's
now.
on his, can I play United every week?
Yeah, I think he's the record goal scorer against United now in the EPL.
Premiership,
So
more than
it's
8
funny. But like I said, and to be honest, I don't see Ten Hag surviving till Christmas.
Well,
I'm still going to ask you, the fans, do you think you can keep that coach till Christmas? I don't think so. Ten Hag is looking like a serious misfit.
he's looking like someone that he doesn't really know what he's looking for. He's a good coach, take it from me.
Yeah, he's good.
But
You
I
can't
don't
deny
know.
that.
Now we have left the structural problem. The team, Man U has a team now.
Yeah.
Set this team and do wonders. Let's go to Chelsea. Chelsea versus Crystal Palace.
Well, that's my team. So, like I always tell you, you can't predict Chelsea.
But
They played a good game.
Yes, they
but
should have won that match
they just
easily.
couldn't manage the moment. It was a moment where defense switched off and just allowed
somebody scored a tap in and he was jumping around the whole field.
Yeah, he probably would have told Mikel, you see, you should shut him out. But there are some signs of life, but Chelsea's defense is still the problem. I think defensively Chelsea are so poor. They are so poor.
What about Newcastle versus
Tottenham.
That was a classic.
Wow. That was a game.
Classic game.
That was a game.
That stadium, you hear them shouting.
That was
they're
a
coming
game.
at you.
That was a game. And I actually thought Tottenham were going to, overpower Newcastle.
I told you that Newcastle will win that match.
It was amazing.
You know what?
It was amazing.
Let me see. Newcastle has a very good squad. One thing I will go for them this season is they're not playing in Europe.
Yeah.
So everybody's going to be fresh and fit. Tonali is back. Isak is ready to go. Gordon's there.
Yeah.
Harvey Barnes is there. So you can see it, and then Jolinton is there. They have a fantastic squad. They're not a goalkeeper.
Bruno Guimaraes.
Fantastic goalkeeper.
Yeah, they do have a good squad. So, but I don't know about Ange's team, Tottenham, they are so expansive and sometimes you can exploit their high line, especially if you have
they're very expansive and they forget to defend.
So that's the thing, that their high line, if you can get balls in behind, and Newcastle have runners, they are players, they are wide forwards, they are good, they are pacey, and they can get in behind, and that was just what happened to them.
West Ham versus Man City, Haaland get another hat-trick.
Man, you can just know that guy, he's not going to stop scoring. And it's scary because, you just wonder, how does he keep up those levels?
I remember something last week that if you watch that game and what I said last week on the show, you will know that he knows how to bring in the players. See the first and I think second goal, I think the second hat-trick, the way they dragged that ball from the midfield and the way they were running. As tall as that guy is, his pace is something else.
No, he's very pacey. Of course, people with long legs, they can take a stride and cover two of others.
West Ham played into City's hand. The coach was trying to bring all those Spanish. This is a Premiership. We're not playing LaLiga here.
If you want to play Spanish football, Pep plays it better than you.
But Pep
that's the thing.
Right now, Pep is not going to play Spanish football. Now he's playing conventional football that is complete beyond imagination. So anything he brings out, they will perform.
Yeah.
Now, the game that really got me thinking, because if you give back to a child today and in 6 years later, because children at 5, 6, they have the mind of their own and they can think. And you show them that Everton versus Bournemouth at 2-0, 85 minutes, and tell that child that
crazy.
Everton lost this match. The child tells that you're lying.
It's crazy. I don't really know how they capitulated, and it's something that they'll need to hold an autopsy for. They really dropped the ball on that one.
Everton is staring at relegation now. I hope you know that.
Aside from staring at relegation, there's still a lot of...
They've not been good in the past 2 seasons.
Yeah, they haven't. Barely survived. And with another points deduction, which might come. It's possible.
But you know the good thing about it?
Yeah.
There's a David Moyes saying down.
Oh, yeah. So there are transfer rumors. So we don't know between...
There's one thing about transfer windows. That's when managers are kicked out.
No, international break.
Sorry,
right?
International break. Managers are kicked out. So let us see how this one goes.
All right.
You understand? So we'll be back. Please and please.
Wipe your tears, Man U fans. Wipe your tears.
I'm still talking to you.
This one you're calling Etiosa. Etiosa, wipe your tears. Wipe your tears.
You guys will win your next match. I don't know who are they playing next.
It's a little after the international break. I just have international games on my mind. So but don't worry, fear not. There's hope.
This season is just starting, just 3 games. The problems on ground can be resolved. The coaches are thinking on how to do the good and the bad. But I can assure you, Man U fans, Chelsea fans, and all fans, that in 2 weeks' time, you see the best of your team. We'll be back after this break.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Fantastics podcast. Bubu was saying after the international break, we'll see. Well, we'll see if we'll see positive improvements from your team. But for now, let's quickly go into the segment we call the Eagles Watch, where we discuss the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We discuss affairs affecting the national team and stuff. So I think first off, the current African Footballer of the Year and one of the Super Eagles leading personalities in Victor Osimhen, his transfer saga at Napoli. What do you think about that?
Well, he has burned the bridges already it started about 1 or 2 years ago. Then that social media post didn't really help matters. You think the whole fracas with Finidi had... Yes, his outbursts at Finidi might have played a part. Because one thing about European clubs, no matter how good you are, they look at your character and how your
coaches will be watching and saying, if you could do that...
How do I explain this? Your demeanor,
your temperament
and all.
Yeah.
And he went off guard. Finidi is a legend. He's well known in Europe.
Yeah, that's true.
Some of these guys that are coaches in Europe played with Finidi.
Yeah, that's true.
So if you do that to him, the coaches will think, he can do this to me. Remember, players have power now.
Yeah,
so you can't take it away. Well, the deal to Gala was fantastic. Thank God it went through.
Yeah.
Gala will pay his
wages,
his full wages. He signed a
loan deal
with
an exit clause.
No, he signed a contract extension.
Yes,
with Napoli.
They reduced
that
release
extension
clause.
Was to reduce his
release clause
to about between 70 and 75 million from the 130 million. And Galatasaray will get a cut on that transfer because of this loan deal.
Oh, okay. They're giving, so it's a smart move for them. They're getting a top player.
Yes.
They increase their fan base because I was observing their social media. They're following his and of course, the fans were so welcoming to him. As at 3 a.m. he was landing in Turkey, and there were people at the airport. His name was already on the back of jerseys, and it was amazing.
The good thing about this deal for him is the tax.
Yeah.
He will virtually almost earn everything he's going to be paid for.
Yeah. So, Turkey is very tax friendly.
So, we're expecting him in Lagos.
It's a good deal.
In Lagos today, tomorrow.
Any moment,
so
yes.
He can go to
I just, it's kind of taking us back. But do you think Chelsea disrespected him with the kind of wages they offered?
Big time. How can someone be earning 10 million euros? You come and say you pay him 4 million guarantee. You pay him another 3 million for bonuses. Then you now pay another 1.5 or 2 million if they qualify for the Champions League or so. You don't do that.
It's crazy.
He's a continental. He's a good player.
He's the current and reigning African
player of the year.
So I don't want to say it's because I don't think they negotiate this the same way with European or South American players. I think it was really disrespectful to Osimhen.
We always tell you they need to earn.
They need to work twice as hard to earn both the respect and the recognition that they deserve. That's true. Finally, he has gotten his move, so we hope and we wish for himself and for the sake of the Super Eagles that the move works out fantastically for him and he's back to his marauding self in Turkey.
So what's up with Bruno Labbadia? I was happy about that announcement. All of a sudden, it went.
It's funny because in Nigeria you cannot really tell what's up.
I'm hearing different news outlets saying some senators and House of Rep wanted some percentage.
I think the Nation debunked, because it was the Nation. They debunked it. It was.
Then I heard about his taxes. If the taxes will be paid here or there.
That was the news from the
Germans are well taxed.
Yeah, that was the news from the NFF.
And even if you stay in Germany and work outside Germany, you have to pay tax in Germany.
Of course.
So they will sort out themselves. Eguavo has been told to come and take control of the team with assistance from the coach of Remo Stars and Rangers.
Yeah.
And one trainer. So I hope the Eagles will put up a fight and win that match. We have someone that used to be our coach.
Coach.
So it's more like a revenge mission for the Eagles.
Yeah, he has already gotten us. He has gotten one on us.
He took 3 points off us. Then after that, they are traveling to Rwanda
to play them.
Yeah. Rwanda are no small team.
And of course, the atmosphere in Rwanda, weather-wise, and that match is in the afternoon, weather-wise, and the altitude and all. So it's crazy. So we'll see how the Super Eagles will cope with that. But like you said, Eguavon is in through the door. Do you think he has what it takes to really deliver? Nigeria has been struggling of late.
I'm very different about it. I just hope the Super Eagles can pull off a result, irrespective of who is the coach there.
Okay.
That's just the truth. We have matches in the UEFA Nations League.
Yeah, so we have some good games to look forward to.
We have France versus Italy.
Yeah.
What do you think that match will be? I'm very sure the match will start the France.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. One thing with international breaks is once in a while they bring up fixtures like this that, Italy are
for viewership and interest and all this.
Yeah, and not just that, Italy are, they are bouncing back from. They're trying to bounce back.
It's a rebuilding process.
So it's a rebuilding process for them. So hopefully we can see.
Then in Africa, there are matches for.
The AFCON qualifiers.
Egypt is playing Cape Verde.
Yeah, that's another exciting match.
Outside Africa, Argentina is playing Chile and
yes, Argentina
Brazil will play Ecuador. I think that's their qualifiers because their qualifiers.
That's FIFA. Their qualifiers, CONMEBOL, yes. It's a league format.
The league format.
It's crazy.
Everybody has to play each other.
Yeah.
Before we go, we're sorry we didn't talk about this. But it's very important to talk about it. We're talking about it next week, but we'll give you snippets. The Champions League draws have been done.
Yes.
It's going to be a Swiss format. It's going to be 8 games. You're going to play 4 games at home, 4 games away. You don't play one team twice.
Yeah.
You play one team once. So I don't know how the teams are going to cope, and the matches are going to be bombastic.
It's going to be grueling.
It's going to be crazy. 2 extra matches now.
Yeah.
And they're going to play till probably January.
So, yes. So, it's kind of crazy. Like you said, we already discussed that since it's the international break, we have games. Next week, we are going to really dive into look at the Champions League, help you understand how the new format of the Champions League, look at the draws.
Same with the Europa and Conference.
And the Conference League.
Pattern.
Yes, so just remember when we come back next week, we'll look at the international results and we'll also be discussing the UEFA competition format, the Swiss format.
So matches that will take place.
So because the Champions League will be starting soon, you want to keep your eye on the games. So you want to keep your eye on the games, and then you know what to expect and what not. So
The matches will be Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday.
So it's crazy, and it's even crazy for us because we have to find a way to keep the fans updated with the tactics and with the news and with everything. But we got you covered. That's why we are here. So Bubu,
please, the comment section will be open once it goes on social media. Put your comments out there. Tell us what you like and what you don't like. Tell us where we can improve, and tell us how we can do things a lot more better. Kindly like, subscribe, and share with everyone. We love our clubs, and we know you love your clubs. We're not against you, but trust me, banters will not stop.
It will not stop. Oh.
Even if our clubs are not playing well, banter us.
Banter us.
If you're not playing well,
we'll banter you. Yes.
But my fellow Manchester United people, we love you.
Yeah. Chelsea
people, we love you. And every other fan, we love you. Take care of yourself. Have a great week and all the best.